Hello everyone, my name is Antazel and today we'll be playing as the British Raj, India. This is probably the least videoed country out there, most overlooked and underrated, and we're going to see what we can do with it. More specifically, we're going to delve into the achievement to get the nuke. Well, you could of course sit on this subcontinent and bide your time, research nukes and drop it at the last moment, pretty much boring yourself for several hours. You can also say, I'm going to set a few goals for myself and just sandbox my way over there. For instance, there's this nasty little thing here called risk of famine. We're going to get rid of that, goal number 1. Second, there's this war going on here of colonial oppression, Ethiopia. We'll liberate those guys. Well, our overlords will call us into the war at some point, and then we'll also liberate Libya from Italian oppressors and possibly invade Italy. And last but not least, we'll turn ourselves to the east and be the ones to invade Japan. Tall order, don't know if I can do that with my pathetic fleet, but maybe with the Allies' help I will be the one with boots on the ground. I will also build something of an air force in order to get air supremacy and of course develop the nuke. One of the difficulties with nuclear development for British Raj is that you have 2 research slots and can get only 1 extra. Now the focus tree has several research slots in here. There is this one here, the Institute of Science. You can get this one. There's research collaboration and Indian defense research. Both of these require you to be independent. And the achievement to get the nuke requires you to have the Quit India spirit, which you get, where is it? Way over here, Quit India movement. Once you gain independence, that spirit leaves you. So you'll have to complete the achievement while being a dominion. Not a colony, because, well, to get rid of the risk of famine, you need to be more autonomous than a colony, so we'll work on that as well. We'll become a proud dominion and possibly even break away after we drop the nuke. What are we going to do with this research? Well, for now we're just going to concentrate on electronics and basic machine tools. Construction-wise, we'll start in the Delhi province here and build 5 civilian factories. After that it will be mill span. Military factories, we're going to add 1 on support equipment and later on more factories into guns. And the dockyards will produce convoys. We'll produce an intelligence agency. There's also this achievement for being a British allied spy master as India. You can become spy master as the Raj, however you need to be a dominion to do that. So that's going to take a while, but in my test runs I've been able to steal loads of technologies from my more advanced neighbors, specifically Japan. I've been robbing them blind. So I'll do that again and maybe I'll get some cool results. As for the focus tree, to gain independence you need to complete a few focuses here, and provincial elections are in your way. You need 10% world tension to start those. Ordinarily, that will not happen before Japan declares war on China. So for now, we'll be going in this way. People complain about this focus tree for being weak, but well, it's not that weak really. It has quite a few bonuses and you can get quite good. But we'll start with Great Indian Peninsula Railway and we'll work our way through Tata Steel, Assam Oil to the Institute of Science for a 3rd research slot. That is priority number 1. Well, that's it for now. 5 speed, let's go. The first research slot is going into mechanical computing. After that, we'll go into the airplanes tab and research basic small airplane, survivability studies, engines 2, and range improvements. Put it on your list. Basic machine tools is done, and this is maybe the first time you'll see me go into concentrated industry 1. I believe this is the way to go for the Raj. 150 pp and we'll take the silent workhorse. We will not be lacking for political power here, so just fill up with whatever. Do note that I will try to get the army reformer quite early go for improved worker conditions at some point. The command guys for Navy and Air Force are necessary to build up some experience there, otherwise you cannot edit your templates. The elusive gentleman is even a good idea. The aircraft designer, you can go to early mobilization and later on to partial mobilization, and maybe even later to war economy. The research slot on industry will go for construction, tools 2, concentrated tool, and construction 2 next. 100 PP and enough command power. I'll get the army reformer. And here is a second spy. We even got a seducer. I'm putting both of them to work on Japan and go for civilian infiltration as soon as possible. The Indian Institute of Science is done. And we'll do East India Railways, the Ishapore Arsenal, and integrate the princely railways. That will take us to the time where Japan will attack China, and we can go to the left side of the research of the focus tree. We have a new research slot and we'll use it to get trucks first. Afterwards we'll use it to get trains. We are building railroads, but we haven't invented a train yet. Radio, computing technology, and then we will finally research artillery. Civilian infiltration is done and we'll get all the spies back in Japan. Let's try and steal some industrial blueprints. Trucks are researched and trains are coming up, so be sure to make a queue for the trucks. These things are important, so we'll add 2 factories to them from the start. Well, as soon as we have them, of course. We're still building factories. When you start building trucks early, you build up quite a stockpile. I'm not using them right away, so I'll use them to lend-lease to Britain once the war kicks off. I'll have about 1,000 trucks by then, and that'll get me to Dominion that much faster. Integrate princely railways is done. It's July 14th. Unpause the game and you'll see Japan declaring on China, and we can go for provincial elections. Vital in our quest for independence. Concentrated industry has been captured by our spies. That means we got this technology here, concentrated 2, for free because I wasn't even researching it. Because we are a backward country in terms of industry, stealing from Japan is really useful. Let's steal some more tech. Provincial elections is done, which means we can go for Swaraj, which leads to the brown ideology or red ideology. We're not going to do that. We're going to stick with the Quit India movement and break away eventually peacefully. We just need that national spirit. And we do need to tick up our independence, so we would like to get Krupp's mission and the 2-nation theory. So I'm going through the National Congress here, even though that takes a focus longer. Construction 2 is done, and we'll go for this infantry equipment 1 here. The reason is that we can later get a bonus for 1939 guns. Range improvements is done. We'll start building planes as soon as we have the cannons here. That's a year ahead of time, so we're taking a slight detour here to be able to build subs, basic torpedoes, and then sub 1 and sub 2. The Krupp's mission is done, and we'll do Quit India movement. After that we'll do 2-nation theory. Both are needed. We got a free fuel refining from the Japanese, and we'll go back for more. Let's edit the template a little and give them engineers and cavalry recon. We'll add artillery later. 2-nation theory is done and will be done here for now. I'm not getting this one just yet. I'm going for lessons of the Great War. We need to get these bonuses, these 4 bonuses first, because they'll be timed with my research. Meanwhile, our glorious army of 12 divisions is ready to be deployed, and we'll put them here on the northern Ethiopian border. We'll be helping out our overlords when the war breaks out by getting this port here and mopping up the rest of Ethiopia. We're not going to man the entire border, the Brits can do that. We'll be heading in this direction. Which also means that eventually I want an airfield here. So let's start building it. We can produce artillery and should make that a priority. We have enough factories on guns. Cannons 1 is done, we don't need the machine guns. We'll get those better engineers as well. Let's design a plane, basic small airplane, fighter weapons, cannons 1 and another cannons 1 and the best engine. That's too heavy. Let's go to light machine guns 4. That's alright. Special modules, self-sealing fuel tanks and extra fuel tanks. We'll be going into territories with very few airports and we will need our range. 100 pp will also get the military theorist. We'll replace him later with a nuclear theorist, but right now I'd like to go for land doctrines and go for superior firepower. No need to stick on grand battle plan this time. Don't forget to pick up naval reform and aircrew surveys and professional officer corps whenever you're ready. Now if you keep producing artillery, at some point you'll be able to expand this template with a battalion of artillery. Need quite a bit more for that, but I'll add it now and fill it up later so I can exercise. That's engineers. We're not going this far ahead of time. We're going for the better guns. Alright, this is what I wanted to show you. That industry bonus we stole from Japan got us 1941 tech with 2 years ahead of time. This used to be considered an exploit, and then it was gone for some time, and now it's back. Just keep stealing industry tech, and there you go. Better guns are here, and we'll also go for mechanized. We don't really need these guys. Modernizing army is way too much trouble, and this one is unavailable for us, so we'll get that princely state donations now after all. Italy joins Germany, which means we're close to going to war. It's July 1939, and it's time to say goodbye to our beautiful, efficient research. We're going to sacrifice one research slot to the nuclear tree. We'll do atomic research now, 479 days. We'll speed that up a bit by getting the nuclear scientists later on. We also probably have enough convoys by now. We should get the 1936 sub with some decent torpedoes. Get them out there. Concentrated is done because we stole it. Concentrated industry free for free. And let's steal some more. Institute of Fundamental Research for the nuclear bonus and that nuclear researcher. 70 days. Let's go. Poland refuses ultimatum. German Reich declares on Poland, and we can now join the war. And we are in. We are also over 50% world war support, and we'll go to war economy. And we'll now just patiently wait until Italy is called into the war, and then we'll go to work here. This is also a good time to go to England, start Lend-Lease, and send them, where is it, my trucks? Yeah, you know about that, just sent about almost all of them. Edit to 1689. Not going for any more industry tax right now, we'll just count on the spies to get that for us. Here we go, Italy has joined, and a few other messages. So let's get in here. Our objective is this port here, and we'll try to cut through the center. So these guys will go here, and these guys will go here. Institute of Fundamental Research is done. Now for the other nuclear research bonus, you need the Smiling Buddha, but we can afford to wait for that one a little bit. So I'll just go over here and get some dockyards. And we have the port. Encirclements are usually better, but I like getting the ports here because that will cut off more and more Italian troops from the supply. That's why I'll be inching my way over to these two ports, after which I will mop up the entire peninsula. Here's the magic button. We can raise our autonomy. We look here. The Overlord and the subject lend-leasing to Overlord, 211 points. That really pushed us over. We can already go here. That's earlier than my last test run, 2 months earlier. I gave us a little bit more lend-lease. We'll do this one. More stability. And we can go clamp down on corruption as our next focus and get rid of the risk of famine. And here comes Djibouti. Now that we are a dominion, we have apparently become democratic. Well, that's fine. We can also become spymaster. We are now the spymaster. We're getting loads of spies. Clamp down on corruption is available January 1940. Incredible how much the Germans are pouring into Ethiopia here. I do hope that's costing them attrition, but can't really tell. I got another 300% bonus here. Lined up. Industry theft is back. Oh nice, we got the entire north cut off here. It's doing wonders for my war participation. Casualties are mounting though. We've got atomic research. Now this one's going to hurt, but we are on a tight schedule. And the upper pocket is gone. Let's finish off the lower pockets. And we got the port, so we can finish this off. Now get the smiling Buddha out of the way, so I don't forget about it. Improved computing machine is done. To believe. Yeah, I got that one from stealing it. Alright, let's focus our construction here on building a port all the way over here and a railroad to it. Smiling Buddha is complete, and we can finish off the stuff over here. We can even go for strengthened British ties and British rail investors. That will hurt my independence, but I don't want to be independent in this run anyway. I just want to stay above colony. We are encircling our way into Libya. Logistics wizard, that will certainly help. Also going to give my district garrison support anti-air. Well, this wasn't on the original goal list, but invading Rome as Daraj, I'll take it. There goes Benito. We will not miss him. And here's the Italian Civil War. Yeah, sure. And they are my puppets, yes. Regno del Sud. There is the nuclear reactor, and we can go for nukes in 473 days. That will require us to build a few nuclear reactors. No need to go overboard on that. Just build like 4 or 5 of them. You won't be able to build them in time anyway. And we should research strategic bombers. Advanced computing machine for free. Into our large airframe. Strategic bomber bay. Strategic bomber bay. Basically all we need. Let's get some better engines in there. Just need 4. Probably the 4 free. The nuke is here. And we need quite a few days to build our first actual nuke. 183 days because we only have 2 reactors. Liberation of the Netherlands is in progress. Yay, I can see my house. Well, this is the moment you're waiting for. 1944, not a bad time. Let's see what happens when we do this button. The atomic bombing of Berlin. The Führer bunker appears to have survived. Well, that's it for the nuke guide. We can still proceed in this game a little, of course. But first, let's become free. We are now India and Pakistan. Those are fine, it's fine. We can also go up to limited conscription now. And anything else here that's interesting? Popular figurehead, yeah, sure. And we can go for those research slots we've been ignoring so far. We are now a free nation. We cut off this entire Bitburg pocket, including Luxembourg, Germany, and some Belgium. It's getting boring, but it's another pocket. Oh, wait, that never gets boring. And Berlin is taken. Is that the end of Germany already? Almost. British forces, well, not really. Here's the peace deal. We're a democracy, so I'm not counting on a lot. I'm going to get Regno del Sud their cores, if they don't have them already. Also going to see if I can get some navies going. Ooh, British occupation zone, American occupation zone, Soviet Union. Yeah, that looks like your typical post-World War II peace deal. Comintern in Hungary, Comintern, oh no, Polish Republic. That's good. Soviet Romania and Communist Bulgaria, Yugoslavia, allies, good. And so is Greece. These guys are still the Axis, and they are at war with the Soviets and a lot of others. Well, good luck with that. We're off to Japan. Well, with my conquered fleets, I must say naval invading is a bit easier. Going to hop onto the Philippines first and then onto Japan. Oof, that took some effort, but I got Manila. That's the Philippines. I'll count on the Allies to hold the rest. The entire fleet has been destroyed. Oh man. Well, they died bravely. Well, with 11% war participation, this is probably as good as it's going to get. India is conquering Japan. After we've already been instrumental in our conquest of Germany, well, I can't say this has been a boring game at all. We also got to drop some nukes. It's late game. And India has become quite a power. For some reason we aren't a major yet, but well. We are done anyway. India took one state. We got a piece of Siam here. And we got ourselves a new fleet with a bunch of carriers, the glorious Indian fleet. Let's give it to our admiral and hope he does better this time. As you can see, you can make an interesting game out of playing the Nuke achievement, get some other achievements along the way, and play an awesome game as India. We are truly the saviors of the world this time. Too bad we lost pretty much all of our fleet while doing so. If you like this video, please take a moment to like the video. It really helps out the channel. Thanks a lot. And hopefully I'll see you next time. Bye bye.